Hi, it's Mrs. Kolb, and we are ready to start week 3 of virtual art. This week, we're going to be discussing art and identity. Before we do that, I wanted to highlight some of our student artwork from this week. All right, so this past week, I asked you to either research Egyptian, Greek, Roman, some kind of ancient art, or to focus on Impressionism. And this piece was beautifully done by Caroline Lasher. She chose to create a Greek vase. All right, this next piece was done by Donovan Kidd, and he chose to make an Impressionism cat. Being a cat lover that I am, I was very fond of this piece. And this last piece I wanted to feature was done by Emily McNeil, a 6th grader, and she focused on medieval art and looked at creating an illuminated letter, much like that was done during that time period. So it's very colorful, and she has lots of pattern and detail in it. Great job. What I wanted to do is just highlight some of our other gallery pieces that are up and running. So this was our gallery dashboard for places and spaces, and as you can see, we had several medieval pieces like illuminated letters and stained glass, and I think I had a couple more down here. There was Emily's piece again. And then we had quite a few people who focused on Egyptian art. Here is Micah's piece up here, a pyramid made out of Fruit Loops. That was pretty cool. And we had a medieval dragon, love that, by Emily. And here's another illuminated letter by Shelby. And oh, and I love this one here that was done by, actually I'm not sure who it was done by, but she did some coffee art. So used a handmade type of art supply. So really cool on that one. And Natalie here made a pyramid painting. It was awesome. See, some people played with hieroglyphics, like crystal. And, oops, sorry. And who was another person I saw? Oh, Jaden. Cool, he wrote his name using hieroglyphics. And here's a cool column by, a Greek column by Gabe. So lots of fun stuff. Nice variety of pieces this week. Great job, everyone. All right, want to just go back and talk to you a little bit about this week coming up. Okay. So with our next piece, I am going to have you focus on modern and contemporary art. I'm going to have you, this piece was done by a woman named Sonia Clark, who used the person, Madam C.J. Walker, to focus on her identity. Madam C.J. Walker was the first female Black millionaire, and she made her millions in hair care products. And all, the whole portrait is made of small combs. Very cool. Okay. And here again is pop art. You can explore pop art if you haven't already done that. This is done by Andy Warhol, and he explored identity of several icons such as Prince and Marilyn Monroe through his prints. And this week I've added photography. So I have included the history of photography in your research. So if you're interested in that, photography depicts often the identities of different people and depicts a lot about history. Dorothea Lange in this first photo took photos of migrant workers during the Great Depression, and this piece here was taken of the American South and was shows you a little bit about history and how people were treated, where African Americans were at the back of the bus and white people were at the front. So it shows you history and identity. So I'm going to challenge you all this week to think about identity, maybe yourself or someone in your family or a family portrait even. And as I mentioned, you can focus on modern art, pop art, or photography. I'd like you to play around either with found objects. And if you remember in the first week, Cole Coiler did a portrait of Bob Ross using candy. So that would be included as a found object. Focus on using homemade paint or regular paint, and then also photography. You can use your camera, cell phone, or iPad to create a piece by taking a portrait of someone. It could also be a still life that includes items from your room or from somewhere in your house that depict your identity. What does your quarantine identity look like? How are you dealing with the coronavirus and staying inside? What is your new personality feel like or look like? Can you photograph that? Can you paint it? Could you even possibly use found objects to create a piece? Well, have fun, and I have included a couple of artists up here, like Frida Kahlo, Pablo Picasso, Sonia Clark, Faith Ringgold, Alfred Stieglitz, and Dorothea Lange, to look up and get some ideas. And then I did include again some ideas to create either a still life, self-portrait, portrait with a family member, and as I mentioned, your quarantine identity. And you guys have fun, enjoy your time creating, and I look forward to seeing you soon.